Can you stick that in the middle of the,
You want to turn off the lights a little bit? Maybe just keep one light going?
Yes.
We being for real?
Yes. That's serious.
okay, set that in the middle there for me?
I'm by myself, so I need someone to sit next to
One
me.
light.
Okay,
Oh, come on. It's too late.
I'm gonna put
Green's
everything,
good, right?
What's the green light for?
well, it means that something, are you gonna talk to us tonight?
We can ask a question?
Yeah.
Charlie, are you there?
If the lights go off here, usually we're asking yes or no questions. So
Are you?
they can all they have to do is come up and touch one of these machines and one will go off,
Do you like the
or both of them will go off.
Do you like the LGBTQ community? Yes or no?
They probably don't understand that
They-
question.
Okay. Are we,
Because we,
Super simple.
are we bothering
Yeah.
your presence?
huh?
Let's let her leave. Yeah, let's just let her like.
Okay, I'm gonna record everything. So we're gonna get everything. So we're gonna start with some yes or no questions. And then we'll pull up the spirit box and we can ask it questions based on like actual names or like open-ended questions, names or the year they were born, you know, that sort of thing. You want to ask it questions that require putting several syllables together, because that's when you know you're hearing a spirit. Or you can ask it to say a word and then see if it responds to that word. We had a real interesting session on the second floor a few weeks back, and I asked it, can you say peanut butter for me? Something moving down there. And it said peanut butter, real low, but I didn't hear it with my ears, only heard it after I reviewed it. And so that's people upstairs.
It's just the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my fault.
What is what? Did I see what?
It's a light from the
No, over there
crack
on
through
the
the wall there,
shadow.
y'all.
Am I tripping?
No,
I
it's
see
Santa
that.
Claus.
That's a crack through the wall there.
It's the Santa Claus pinata.
Santa Claus might be moving in front of that van. Well, that's how you see the shadows, though. You're looking through these doors, and you just see them fleet across. Sometimes it's fleeting across the inset of the door there.
The fan is blowing onto the.
Kayla, it's the Santa Claus, I promise you.
I bet he'll go check it out.
Go see if there's a.
Oh, yeah, maybe you should
I'm saying Don.
He's young. He's got plenty of lives left, right?
No.
What's upstairs?
Justin is coming back.
Upstairs where?
Oh, where the little thing is, there's like a little.
It's the gym.
If Justin doesn't come
Yeah.
back, we go back and get ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said Starbucks.
If Justin doesn't come back.
I'll buy the ice cream for the kids and beer for the adults.
Yes.
Okay, listen, I've got one more thing, and that is my mail meter. And it's not gonna. What was that?
Justin.
So retarded.
And that basically helps us measure temperature fluctuations. It is not abnormal to, while you're sitting down here, you might get,
Can I ask it a question?
we'll get started here in 2 seconds.
Because I want to know if it's inside of the Valenzuela family or the Laura family. See if my family members were here.
Is it the what family?
Laura or the Valentinos? Valenzuelas or the Lauras is my family. So I want to know if any of my family members are here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's a good idea to see if any of our families are family members.
What I always do is I start with,
You gotta ask yes or no questions that are like super simple.
I start
Yeah.
saying, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. You remember me, I'm Brenda, and I bring these wonderful guests in with me. I do it every week, but this time I decided to do it twice this week because somebody special was having a birthday. And he must be pretty special because I know some people that work real hard to make sure that you have a good day. I think they're probably pretty special people too. Anyhow, are you going to talk with us tonight? I really would like for you to. It is this gentleman's birthday. He turned 15 today. I know 15 was a big day back in your time, in your generation. Can you let us know you're here? You know, you just have to come up and touch one of my machines. All right, if you want to talk, somebody dropped a weight, and that is going off because of the vibration. They've got some serious badass weightlifters up there.
Bro. I think I almost literally had.
I think I like almost.
I think I literally like my heart.
I'm sorry, it's my birthday, but we
We were reading a comic and I gave me a heart attack.
She asked a question and immediately happened. I was like,
Yes.
no.
No.
Okay, why don't
Sorry,
we
Mom.
start, maybe if I let J. Rose,
Yes.
right? J. Rose, I'm gonna let him ask a few questions. He wants to know about some of his family, so.
Is any of my family here? Yes or no? Just touch the machine if you're here, so I know you're present. Or just touch me.
I would not take that as a notification that they're not here.
Mhm.
It's just they're not able to get there.
Yeah.
There might be, because of this place and this location, sometimes it harbors spirits that have kind of taken over
Yeah.
the
because
space.
I just
So
wanna know-
individual
Yeah, I'm just wondering
spirits
'cause
may not
I
be able
love my family, and if you're here,
yeah.
just keep me safe on my journey.
Does anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask? Introduce yourself when you do that, and I think sometimes you get a little bit better response if you do that.
I don't really know what to ask it. I just want to know if it's here.
Would somebody like to introduce themselves by touching one of our machines? Another thing you can do is you can speak into my little red recorder here. This little red dot here, that thing there, you can come up. You don't even have to come up and speak through it. You can just speak. Because if you speak, this recorder is strong enough that it will get the power outlets in this place. So just try to talk, and we'll see if we can get you. The man that scared the police officer the other day, that startled the police officer, not scared, startled, because he wasn't expecting you there. Are you here with us? If you are, can you touch one of those devices? That's all you've got to do. It's quite easy. I feel like moving this. Can we take this and maybe move it between those two towels or a little further out? I feel like we're kind of
We're too,
in
yeah.
the way. It's gonna go off when you touch it.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
And we'll have to move it probably further than that.
Right there?
Yeah, that's good.
And this too?
Yeah. You don't mind. Because we'll still be able to see it. Take your light off. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to report if you want to.
Yeah, I'm recording the talking.
Huh?
I'm recording the talking.
And the what now?
The talking, if they say anything.
He's like recording a video on his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, anybody have questions?
Does it happen a lot, or are they like shy, or are they scared?
It's, you know, some nights we get a lot of stuff, some nights we don't get anything. Some nights are kind of in between.
So do we know how many dead people was in this?
We can ask how many spirits are here.
Just give like a number.
Let's do this. How many spirits are with us? Are there are there less than 5 spirits with us? Are there less than 5? You might have to turn your light off of it. Your flash, just your flash. You'll get a better response. That is, do y'all hear that? I hear it. No, I hear the cricket. That little K2 meter, it's not lighting up, but I can hear, it's got a sound underneath it. I'll pick it up on this. It's got a sound underneath it, like a Geiger counter sound. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like a da-da-da-da-da. I can hear it going off. It's just because I recognized it. I can hear it,
Do you know why?
but I can't see it. It is going off. Is it lighting up there?
Yes, it is.
Hmm?
It's lighting up green.
Green was already there.
I know I thought 2 lights were.
No, it's only green.
It's only green.
Okay. All right, maybe it's because I need my glasses. Okay. I know that I heard the noise from the K2 meter go off. Can you live buttons up for us? How about if, huh?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm Tabitha. If you're a female, light up. If you're a male, light up twice.
Are there female spirits here? If so, can you tap our device there? Are there male spirits here? If so, can you tap our device there? All right. I'm going to continue seeing if I can see how many spirits are here in the gym. So, you didn't light up on less than 5. Are there more than 6, but less than 10 ghosts here?
I think I heard something over there.
Are there less than 10 ghosts here? 10 spirits here, rather? Okay. Are there less than 15 spirits here? Sounds like somebody's coming down the stairs. All right. If there's not less than 10, is there less than 15 spirits here?
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Do I have to say my name every time or no?
No.
If you can see us, can you light up? Or if
Can-
you can feel our energy, can you light up?
Can you see us or feel our energy? If so, touch one of our devices there. Okay, I'm gonna tell a quick story and we'll see if that thing lights up in response. So I had broken my foot. I had a real bad foot issue, and I was still really sick at the time. And I had just gone to the doctor, and I got really crappy news. And my foot, I was in a lot of pain, a whole lot of pain. And he sent me to get an MRI across the street from Baylor Hospital. So as I was exiting the hospital, I got in the elevator to go to the garage level. And when I entered the elevator, there was this woman on the elevator. She was a black woman, probably in her 60s. And I had asked her how she's doing today. And she said, I am extraordinarily blessed. And so I knew then she was a God-fearing woman. And I think she asked the same of me, and I said something like, it's a rough day, but I still have a lot to be grateful for. And at the time, what was going through my head was, okay, I've got this illness, I've got a broken foot, and I just don't feel like I can handle the ghost walk anymore, or the investigations anymore, or the readings anymore. I couldn't keep up with it, and I was ready to throw in the towel. And I remember that it was a real big decision because I was thinking about taking out a small business loan, and that was a big commitment, which meant that I had to be on task in order to keep going. So I remember that I had got off the elevator, and she got off the elevator, and she turned one way and I turned the other way. Well, it turns out I got my directions mixed up to the MRI clinic. So I went to walk, I got going the right direction. I went to cross the crosswalk, and there were cars on both sides of the crosswalk. And here I'm walking, I'm in extreme pain, I'm heavy, and I had my cane, and I just wasn't very well balanced, and lo and behold, I fell in the middle of the crosswalk. And it was so hard for me to get back up because, it's hard to get back on your feet when you've got so much pain in your foot and you're heavy and all that. And I remember looking up at the cars on both sides, and everybody was looking at their phones, and I thought, what has happened to humanity? There were plenty of people that could have helped me, that I know saw that I fell, but they chose to look at their phones instead of looking at the fat girl that fell into the crosswalk. So I walked back, or I got back up, and then I turned around and I curtsied to everyone. And then I got to the doors of the MRI clinic, and I broke down sobbing and crying. And I decided at that point I was done with the business. I was not fit to do that. So I got into the MRI clinic and I sat down. And once I sat down, the woman that was behind me but beside me stuck her back out and said in the southern drawl, well, had I known you were coming here, we could have walked together. And it was the woman from the elevator. And there was some special connection I had with that woman. I knew it when I walked into that elevator. I knew that she was put there for a reason. And we had an hour wait, it turned out, waiting for them to take us back for a test. And that turned out to be a huge blessing. Because that woman had grown up in Terrell. And she said she left Terrell as fast as she could, that she hated the city. Because she grew up when Terrell was extraordinarily segregated and by a lot of the southern laws. Don't drink from this water fountain. They had their own movie theaters. They had their own restaurants. They had their own doctors. But the funny thing about the doctors was that Dr. Friedel
Wait, what is that?
owned this business. And she talked about how the black people loved Dr. Friedel because they knew he had a nurse that had been with him when he started his practice here and was with him for 20 years, or almost 20 years. And during that time, she tried to have children. And she had a real difficult time having children. But she finally managed to have a second child. And because she was a geriatric pregnancy, which is what they call you after 35, then she had complications. And she was in Dr. Friedell's hospital when a blood clot broke loose and killed her. And Dr. Friedell was so devoted to her. He held her hand for 90 minutes before the staff finally convinced him it was time to call the time of death. But he loved her, and because of that, the entire Black community loved Dr. Friedell. That woman also told me that she would often dream about things before they happened. And a lot of times they were not very positive dreams. They were not positive things that happened. They were catastrophic things. Like, for instance, she dreamed about a baby drowning in the pool. And she had a feeling she could stop it. But she didn't want people to think she was crazy. So I explained to her that what she had was clairvoyance, and that we had people that could work with her and help her manage her visions, her impressions, and to just help guide her. And that was when I decided I'm not letting go of this business. And I've fought struggles since then, but it's the best thing I've ever done because I have fun. I hope my guests have fun. But a week after this woman told me the story about Dr. Friedell's nurse, we have a woman post on our Facebook page that she was sitting at the intersection out here in front of Hard Bodies, and she looked up and saw a nurse standing on the 3rd floor. I just saw something in that doorway. Did anybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Just like the lower part of it, it just like blacked out for a second. I wasn't staring right at it, I was staring at the machines, but I saw it out of the top, my top peripheral vision. Just in the door, it was just a flash. Did anybody else see it? It was just like a darkening out. I don't know exactly what it was, but I was looking at the machines and
Wait, what did it look like?
it just
She said it
was
was
like
a
it
flash.
just darkened out. Yeah, like darkened out for a second and came back, but it was the lower third of that door. Maybe it wasn't anything, maybe it was just my eyes playing tricks on me, but, okay. So anyhow, the woman had to call her sister to find out what this place had been. And when her sister told her it had been a hospital, I knew that she had seen Dr. Friedell's nurse. And it was just great confirmation on how haunted this place was. So if you can give me confirmation, is anybody here from Dr. Friedell's office, or is Dr. Friedell here? They're not going to talk to us. At least not through. I don't think so. So I'm going to use the spirit box. Is that cool with you guys?
What is it?
Anybody want to explain what it is?
What is it?
It kind
The
of
spirit
like,
box?
Can I turn my light now?
Huh?
Can I turn on my light
It's
now?
like that one. It's like kind of like.
I can't hear you with your man.
Can I turn on my light now?
Oh, yeah, sure.
it
Well, I
records
mean-
frequencies and it picks up on like spirit if they're trying to like talk or communicate with you. It's super, super loud, but when they do speak, it kind of goes quiet. And you can like make out words basically.
Yeah, you can hear it.
It makes it clearer.
Yeah.
That's so cool to
The white noise helps them communicate
My
the radio
mom is
frequency.
obsessed with ghost shows and stuff like this, so I know all about it.
I'll mix it with like with scary movies.
Oh,
It seems like
It's really, really loud and it's a super annoying noise.
we can,
But like,
oh,
it's
shit, where, oh, there it is. There's one. I don't like this one though. I want that other one.
Do you need a flashlight?
Well, I got one right here, actually. Oh, here it is. Okay.
You think
That
it's
was
scared of
easy.
us or something?
Huh?
You think it's scared of our presence or something?
No, I don't think so. I think it just needs a little help. And this may be what it needs because this uses the radio frequencies as a form of energy. And I can control the volume on it so it doesn't necessarily have to be too loud. Yeah.
Like, definitely.
Most people use a speaker through there, but the great thing about this one is that I have a recording device in here. So I'm going to set it to record. And we'll see what we get. Is that volume okay?
Yeah, it is.
Can anyone here tell me the year of that they were born? Just anyone? Any spirit that may be here that wants to talk, can you give us the year you were born? Now that female voice that came through,
Yeah.
that was unusual.
I heard numbers. I just couldn't make them out.
Can anyone else give us the year they were born? Okay. Can we get a name from anybody? Can we get a name from someone? Shout it out for us. Can you give us your name? Anyone? Any spirit that may be here. Give us your name. Okay. Can you say the word peanut butter for me? Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Come on. Who else wants to ask a question?
Is any of the Valenzuelas or Laura here?
Any of the what?
Is any of the Valenzuelas or Laura here?
Valenzuelas
Or Laura?
or
here?
Laura?
Just say yes or no. If you hear him.
Can you give us a simple yes or a simple no? Venezuela
Or Laura?
or Laura? I hope I'm not butchering my Spanish. Okay, who else? Or do you have more?
Are you a girl or a boy?
Can you tell us if you're a female or a male? Female? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Can we get your first name?
Yep.
I want to make it go faster. Let me see. Yep, hold on. There we go. Okay, now we're getting less radio earphones. It's like you gotta get it just right. Okay. Let's try peanut butter again. Okay, who's next?
Can I ask the question again?
Absolutely.
Is any Valenzuelas or Lauras here that is related to Jason Laura?
Oh, what is wrong with mom?
Just say yes or no. Simple yes or
You were
simple
moving,
no.
you startled me. Brand new battery in this, it's died. This is my millimeter. It's died. I mean, it's got like just, it's dying.
I was
like
about
it's
to
being
say
drained.
if it shut off like fully, it goes.
Well, just the fact that it's being drained and a
Yes,
brand new
it
battery,
does.
that it might be something,
Yes.
might be a bad battery, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. Okay, who wants to ask a question next?
Is there any younger females in this room?
Is there any what?
Younger females in this room?
Younger?
Yeah.
Are there any young women in this room? Maybe teenagers? Or young in your 20s, maybe?
I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but I swear I heard yes.
I thought I heard yes. May have. Both of my ears are completely clogged. I'm surprised I can hear anything.